Yeah, okay, we're here.
We made it. We have lived through another day, and thank God. Full disclosure here to all our fans of TV10 Podcast. We were invited to the Rose Garden at the White House to see the nomination of our beloved Orange 45, wanting to get Judge Coney.
Amy Coney Barrett.
We wanted to see her there. But that involved us actually giving a shit about Mike Lee, Chris Christie, William Barr.
Yeah, we missed that opportunity to hang out with friend of the program, Mike Lee.
What was your reason for not going to that event, man? We haven't talked in a while, so.
Oh, let's see. What could I've possibly been doing? I'm sure I was probably just watching something on TV.
See, my excuse was I couldn't make it. There was a flat tire. My tux didn't come in from the rental. There was an earthquake. Locusts. There was a hurricane that blew through. It wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault. I swear to God. And I realized I just dodged a fucking bullet.
That's a nice homage to the Blues Brothers and John Belushi.
Yes. Which should prove to you right now that, ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to another TV Tan Podcast, COVID-free edition. I'm Tommy Milagro.
I'm Bill Frost, and that kind of intro is just the reason why this is the fastest stabilizing podcast out there.
Yes, and even Walter Reed Hospital said, no, guys, you're good. Don't fucking worry about it. You are safe. And we should also bring up that not only are we the best podcast you ought to be listening to, we are, as far as Utah is concerned, the only liquor-sponsored podcast by far, which I turn to you, Mr. Frost. I had to secure some channels to get you some good stuff from one of our fine sponsors, Outlaw Distillery. Take it away, sir.
The honey bourbon. Very nice. Very good sipping whiskey.
And what are you sipping with it, or are you just shooting it straight?
Put it over rocks. It's good to go.
Where, as I have this new one from Outlaw Distillery, it's called A New Level Whiskey. And on the back, it reads this. Our single barrel small batch whiskey is 100% mash, distilled, and aged in-house. Now, this whiskey is aged in one of our used bourbon barrels that was used to age an imperial stout. This gives us clear notes of bourbon and imperial stout for a perfect blend of flavors. So, I'm bringing this up because, hey, beer and a shot, that's for suckers. Me, I like it to be one and the same. Second, if you are in the Midvale area and happen to buy Outlaw Distillery, please stop by and say thank you to Kirk and Denise for creating these wonderful concoctions of whiskeys. And most importantly, oh my God, we are going to enjoy the fuck out of this, which actually will bring us up to our next little item here. And that's the listener bag, sir.
What?
I know. And it's from our good friend here, Dr. Paul White here. He reached out to us via the Twitter at TV10 Podcast.
Okay.
And he says this. He says to the both of us, got caught up again. Maybe time to rebrand to TV10 Plus and include...
Yeah, okay.
I like this. I like his consultation here. It may be time to rebrand to TV10 Plus and include direct drink reviews. You do that already. Give us dozen listeners recipes from the sponsors on your web platform. Maybe pair a show with a drink from time to time. And now we haven't brought this up in a while because if you haven't figured out right now, folks, this show is not safe for work. We are rated NSF fucking W. That was the extra F is for fun and fucking yeah.
Okay,
But
right.
if you are Dr. White, NSFW means new source for whiskey. So that's how we tie it all in.
All right. Nicely done. Okay.
And with that, we are not only the new source for whiskey, we are the new source for what to watch the fuck harder. Take it away, Mr. Frost.
Oh, there's actually some new stuff this week, and but not a lot of it is really going to blow your skirt up. Check this one out. On Tuesday.
Okay, is it going to blow my hemline up?
It might, but it probably won't. There's a new series on Fox debuting on Tuesday called Next. And this stars John Slattery, Roger Sterling from Mad Men.
Okay. Wait, is that
don't check out yet?
Howard Stark?
Or Howard Stark, yes. He plays a Silicon Valley tech pioneer who's created a super powerful AI, artificial intelligence. But then, it gets loose. So there's this AI out loose in the world. Bringing down planes, shutting down stoplights. Basically, it's a malevolent AI, and it's going to fuck with the world. So this is what we need right now.
So he created a murder bot, essentially. He created Ultron.
He created an AI. So basically, you have an invisible villain right here, built into your show, and a lot of breathless tapping at computers, and so. I don't know how you get more than one season out of this, or if you even get a full first season out of this. But there it is.
Haven't we seen a film like this before with Denzel Washington and Russell Crowe and
Virtuosity?
Thank you. That's it.
Not quite Virtuosity, though. I would love to see Virtuosity the series. Might as well do it.
I only want to see it if we can get a good cameo from swollen Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
And, oh, my God, have you seen the recent pictures of him?
Of course I have, yeah.
Good God.
He's got that movie out. It's like the one of the big hits of the summer.
Well, one of the big hits of the interwebs, let's be honest here, folks.
Puffy Crowe. No, it was in theaters.
Puffy Crowe. Okay, that's... I was going to go with New Source for Whiskey as a title, but Puffy Crowe is now taking the lead here, folks.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
And Wednesday, we have the we're gonna try this debate thing again, and this time it's coming to you live from Salt Lake City, right here.
Wait, the vice presidential debate, the real debate?
Yeah, the Mike Pence and Kamala Harris. It'll probably be somewhat civil. If we could have a guest appearance by Jim Carrey, I think that would be just great.
I know you're trying to segue in Saturday Night Live. That's good. That's topical. However, there's only one way this debate would be more awesome, and that's only if we could get Julia Louis-Dreyfus. We need the actual Veep involved as a moderator.
The real Veep, yes. And so this will be, that'll be a thing. The bar,
so just expect it.
The bar is subterranean at the moment. So how bad could it be?
Okay, first of all, I've said this to friends. I've said this to family. I'm saying this to you right now, Mr. Frost. Do not, under any circumstance in the year of our whole fucking Christ, 2020, utter the words, how bad could it be? No, you cannot use that at this point because God is just going to go, all right, if you insist.
Yeah.
He's going to do that.
But here's some good news. We got the final back 9 or whatever, how many episodes of Supernatural coming up on Thursday on the CW. Of course, the finale was delayed. I think there were about 4 or 5 episodes outlying that were not completed. So therefore, now we're going to get the rest of the story, and it's going to be over. No more Supernatural.
Is it going to be a finale or?
It's a finale. It's a finale.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to believe you, but
Jensen Ackles is moving on to The Boys, and the other one. Moose and Squirrel, whatever the fuck his name is. He's moving on to Walker, Texas Ranger, the reboot.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jared Padalecki. That guy.
I need to watch it, but I know that there's got to be a Pluto channel focused on supernatural. So
that's
how I'll get it.
If not now, there will be.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, if there's a channel dedicated to Leverage, for fuck's sake, there should be one for Supernatural.
No, and I just discovered this recently. There's a Pluto channel dedicated to James Bond.
Yes.
So,
oh yeah.
I am watching that on mute as we speak, as we are recording live on the air.
Yeah,
that is how talented and multitasking.
Yeah. Here's another one premiering on Thursday on Peacock. They're dropping the whole series. This is a British import called Code 404. It is about a cop who gets killed in the line of duty, but then they bring him back as a cyborg artificial intelligence. It's basically a comic RoboCop.
Okay, why is it comic? Let's start there, because the original RoboCop was kind of comic in its own way.
Oh, it was hysterical. No, this is he's brought back as an android with AI technology. So here's another one about AI technology, but this one's a comedy.
Bigger question. Was Brett Spiner not available to do an Android thing?
No.
I mean, seriously.
Yeah, but this might be worth checking out. I've seen some of it. It's pretty funny. But the thing is, I don't think you'll get the whole series with Peacock, the free version. This is what they do on Peacock. Any of their original series, they give you like the first episode for free. Said, here, try this out. And then they say, okay, now you got to buy premium to watch the rest of it. That's what they do.
I'm not liking that.
That's how they do.
I'm fucking not liking that.
That's how they do on Peacock. Even though it is finally available on Roku, and that's what I use. So I installed Peacock, and now I found I've barely used it. So, so it's just taking up space on the Roku now.
Meanwhile, HBO Max is nowhere to be found on the Roku here.
Nope, not yet. It'll get there.
It's not getting here hard enough.
It'll get there. After the season 46 premiere of Saturday Night Live last night with Chris Rock and Megan Thee Stallion. I'm sorry, Megan Thee Stallion. Let's get it right.
Thank you.
Overall, not a bad season premiere. A little shaky in spots, but hey. But the thing is, they keep adding to the cast. The cast is just stacking up, and so that's more cast members just sitting around with no airtime. I don't think Melissa Villaseñor got anything last night, and they've added 3 new cast members. I think I saw at least one of them show up. But then you're stunt casting with Joe Biden's Jim Carrey impersonation, or vice versa, and Maya Rudolph as Kamala Harris.
Yeah. And I'm listening and watching a little bit of this here and there, and I'm thinking to myself, this is straight out of the playbook of WWE's Vince McMahon. Just snap up the talent so that they can't go anywhere else. Meanwhile, they're sitting on their ass collecting the paycheck.
Oh, yeah.
I don't understand the reason behind that. It's like, if you're hiring them to do shit, fine, have them do shit, or at least just say, oh, yeah, they're doing all the writing. Great.
Yeah, and I believe it was so this week you got Bill Burr.
Oh, is this the first time he's done Saturday Night Live?
Oh yeah. It's kind of hard to believe, but yeah, Bill Burr's first time ever.
Oh fuck! I got the feeling that on a scale of 1 to Louis C.K., the network's gonna melt after this.
It's I'm sure he's got a lot to say. He doesn't. Then again, he doesn't want to fuck himself out of that Disney money, out of that Mandalorian spot. So he's probably be on better behavior than what you might expect.
I don't know. He's a step away from the Philadelphia show where he has got 10 minutes and he's going to use every single one of those fucking minutes. And if anybody doesn't know what I'm talking about, go on YouTube, look up Bill Burr, Meltdown Philadelphia. And let's be honest, it's Philadelphia. It's going to cause anybody to melt down.
Yeah.
Please continue, Mr. Frost.
I believe it was last week that I said I have no idea when the fuck Fear the Walking Dead is coming back. Well, I've been schooled. It's this coming Sunday.
No shit.
Season 6.
Okay. And the crowd goes mild?
Well, this is the one I like better than original flavor Walking Dead, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to like it better than Worlds Beyond. even though I have not seen Worlds Beyond yet, I don't know what I'm going to think of that.
I keep seeing the promos for Worlds Beyond, and all that comes to my head is it's the Goonies meets Stranger Things, but with zombies. I defy anybody to prove me wrong.
Yeah, but it's been so long since we left off with Fear the Walking Dead. You may remember that our latest villain, our big bad of the story, is Virginia, and she is played by Colby Minifie, who also currently has a role on The Boys, working.
Shit!
Yeah, she's the Vought. She works for Vought. She's the one who's trying to keep it all together there for the Seven.
Keep it all fucking together, all right?
Yeah, Ashley. So, big deal. Fear the Walking Dead. Coming back Sunday.
Okay. Oh, which, did you see the latest episode of The Boys?
Of course. Oh, yeah.
And it's getting better and better with each episode.
Yeah, the thing is, the finale is this coming Friday. Only 8 episodes. Oh, wait. Yeah. Only 8 episodes in season 2, which I think was season 1 as well. But it's over already this week.
Now, folks, we at TV10 Podcast, we believe that if you're going to do a season of television, it should be a tight 10. We are proponents of tight 10. This is a tight 8.
We used to say that 13 is the new 22, and then 13, then 10 became the new 13. Now apparently 8 is the new 10, and I think before long we're just going to start getting 6-episode seasons.
To the point where it's going to run into, it's going to be a grand premiere, South Park style.
Yeah, and should note here that Colby Minifie, she's of The Boys and Fear the Walking Dead. Looking over her filmography here, longtime listeners of the TV10 Podcast will recognize this. She also co-starred in Black Box.
No.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh my God, this makes me giddy. So much awesomeness right there.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, that's it. That's it for new stuff this week, and I would heartily recommend that you check out. Of course, Lovecraft Country. I think they're actually doing 10 episodes for their first season.
They mentioned this after the last episode. There's 3 episodes left. So
yeah, I guess they're doing 10. They're not doing a tight 8. They're doing a loose 10. And also last week we had the season 4 premiere of Fargo, which was pretty fantastic. Chris Rock, of course.
What was your takeaway from Fargo?
Quite enjoyed it, even though we're in Kansas City.
Except I think Fargo is kind of not just a state of mind, but also some of the characters that have that Fargo accent, especially the murderous nurse there, don't you know?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I was very fearful of nuns, but now nurses with Minnesotan accents, fuck that. I'd rather die. I'd rather take my chances with COVID.
And also I've been keeping up on my wrestles.
Oh, is this a time to introduce the music?
It could be. And sports with Tommy Milagro. Go team.
From the Sports Desk of the TV10 Podcast, we deliver to you only the sport of professional wrestling, COVID-free edition. Mr. Frost, you filed in your report at the Sports Desk here, which we're going to have to change up here pretty soon, at least as far as the name goes. But please, take it away, sir.
Oh, no, I don't have a report. I'm just saying I've been keeping up on it.
Like, what have you been keeping up on?
Well, mostly I was curious to see the return of the boss.
Oh, Sasha Banks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, she is getting geared up and ready to go, and whatever injury she is suffering, she is fired up, and she wants to go after Bayley, especially after that women's title there, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, yeah.
What other sports have you been catching?
I'm also following the Alexa Bliss mystery here.
From last night's SmackDown show, where
the whatever the fuck is going on with that. I'm intrigued. I have no idea what's going on, but I'm following it anyway.
I'm intrigued by this because Alexa Bliss from WWE is kind of channeling her inner paranormal activity / Harley Quinn moments with the Fiend Bray Wyatt, which culminated on Friday's episode of SmackDown, which you can catch on YouTube. The Fiend came out and went after Kevin Owens. So this could be a setup for a big feud. So I am looking forward to how that plays out there. It's a nice little Joker Harley Quinn dynamic here. I can't wait to see what happens with the next. But now let's start off with some other stories from the sports desk here. A couple of things to talk about here. We're going to start with New Japan Pro Wrestling. Their CEO, Harold Mage, I think is how you pronounce it.
Sure, let's go with that.
Jay? Yeah, that sounds about right.
Let's say that's right.
It sounds good enough. His stepping down as CEO. He will be resigning from his position from New Japan Pro Wrestling October 23rd. And as it was reported on WrestleView.com, Takami Obari will be replacing him. And now, this is huge, with a Y.
Huge.
Because this is the equivalent of Vince McMahon stepping down and saying, yeah, I can't do this anymore. And this is big because Harold Meij not only reinvigorated New Japan Pro Wrestling, but in some cases reintroduced New Japan Pro Wrestling to audiences, to the gaijin, or the foreigners, us. This is very big here. This is going to happen at the beginning of New Japan Pro Wrestling's 50th year of trading on October 31st. More on that as it develops here. And then we go to Impact Wrestling. Still a thing. Still hard to fucking kill. They just got through with the on their Impact Plus platform, their streaming platform, Victory Road, which is kind of, if anybody is wondering what's Victory Road, think of it as Impact's answer to Backlash before you head into WrestleMania weekend. Yeah, it's like that. I would say if you're going to check it out, the takeaway from this is the main event, Eddie Edwards versus Eric Young for the Impact World Championship. And as reported on SlamWrestling.net, if you're listening, this is how I report things. It says here, quote, the match spilled to the floor early on with Eddie getting the early edge after a slingshot dive onto Young, followed shortly by a big running dive through the ropes that connected hard, leaving Young bleeding from the face, and both competitors brawled up the entrance ramps, where Young was able to hit a big back body drop onto the hard steel, and the two exchanged blows outside using the guardrails, ring posts, and their own bodies as weapons, with Young taking the advantage. Because, he's the main event maniac here, Eric Young is. A long ways away from Showtime, Eric Young, but that's a different story.
Aww.
But just skipping ahead here, it was so impactful, but it got to the point where Young attacked Eddie's weakened leg, hit Eddie with a pile driver, and locked on a leg submission, giving Eddie no choice to tap out, which made him a winner and still Impact World Champion for there. So it was a great match overall, but for longtime subscribers, great offering. But as far as non-subscribers that want to dive into it, might be a little hard of a deep dive to get into. Which segues nicely to Primetime Live. We talked about this before when we had our good friend Manny Lemon on the show. Primetime. Have you checked out United Wrestling Network's Time live on the Fight.tv?
Not yet. No.
Well, and here's the thing. Because there are 4 episodes already banked in, which you can get for $7.99.
Not a sponsor.
Or you could get the whole bundle of episodes 1 through 4 for $23.99.
Also not a sponsor.
But it depends on what you want to go for. I'm trying to get an article written for SlamWrestling.net. Basically, I would say start with episode 1 because it really whets the appetite. That's WWHETS. What? I know I'm emphasizing the H a little bit harder. Bear with me, kids.
It's totally fine.
Okay, thank you for that. It definitely showcases not only the strength of the NWA roster in the world and the national treasure Nick Aldis, but also the up-and-coming stars of the United Wrestling Network like Heather Monroe, like Watts, like the tag team wrestlers, the tribe of Navajo Warrior, and Hawaiian Lion. Yes, those are names, folks. Just bear with me.
Yeah.
I would say, honestly, and I'm trying to get this formatted here, check out episode 1. After that, episodes 2 and 3, they still hold up, mostly because they have a focus on the main event there. What's also a big focus is on All Elite Wrestling. This is in a Variety article, if you can believe that here, kids. Variety wrote up a big article about the continuing growth of AEW after 1 year. It's been 1 year since AEW launched on TNT with AEW Dynamite. I mean, you just don't hear that stuff very often.
Yeah.
But according to Variety.com, and I'm just going to point out some of the highlights here, that after 1 year and a pandemic later, according to them, they are still continuing to grow their brand, and they are holding steady at over 800,000 viewers. And compare that to, because their closest competition right now is NXT, which is averaging 696,000 viewers.
Yeah, that's almost
that's
almost as many listeners as we have.
Oh, well, let's face it. A chipmunk in a tree has more listeners than we have. Let's be honest here, kids. But they are doing everything they can, and the article highlighted how even when the pandemic hit, they were, even with half their roster cut out, they were still able to add and grow into that role and are propelling forward with their shows right now being held at Daly's place in Jacksonville, Florida, despite, Florida being Florida. That goes without saying. And finally, last 2 items I'm going to bring up here on, as it relates to WWE. We mentioned this before. It bears repeating again. It feels like a warning, and it probably is. WWE is going to be taking over their talent Twitch account within 4 weeks from October 1st, when this bill was filed by WrestlingInc.com. Vince McMahon Vinnie Mac sent an email to talent this week reminding them they have until this Friday, October 2nd, to sever any unauthorized business relationships with third parties, i.e. Twitch, and was noted that talents who fail to comply could be fined, suspended, or terminated. So, how that's going to play out, because there's a lot of stars like Xavier Woods, who has his up, down show on Twitch, and other stars could be a big factor right there. I will, it's interesting also, and we talked about this before, Paige, formerly of WWE, who has her own Twitch channel, switched it up so that it's not under her name Paige, but under her real name, Saraya Knight. So, therefore, she gets away from all of that, as the kids would say, malarkey.
So her real name is, what is her real name again?
Saraya Knight.
And you go with Paige as a wrestling name? Saraya Knight sounds like a ready-made wrestling name.
Well, considering her family is wrestling made, let's be honest here, and this is kind of a segue. If you have Amazon Prime Video, do yourself a favor, kids. Watch the documentary Fighting with My Family. That is The Rock's production taking on the story of Paige getting into the WWE.
It's a heartwarming movie. I've seen it.
Yeah, with Florence Pugh, who's feeling a little less midsummer.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, because the Swedish are all so fucked up, which is my Halloween movie to watch. And finally, this we talked about this, I think, a little bit, but it bears repeating again. John Cena, fresh off of dealing with anything with Bellas. He is going to be in the new Suicide Squad, penned by and directed by James Gunn. But according to Deadline.com, HBO Max has called in the Peacemaker and ordered a TV spin-off series of the upcoming Suicide Squad movie.
Okay.
And yeah, the streamer has handed Peacemaker an 8-episode straight-to-series order for its first season, with the Suicide Squad director writing all episodes and directing a number of them. And it's great because mostly the placeholder title has the words, fuck, it's Peacemaker.
Okay.
How can you not go wrong with that?
All right.
So if nothing else, this show might follow into the lines of shows like Doom Patrol, Harley Quinn, Titans, and I guess Swamp Thing. And
Swamp Thing's canceled.
Yeah, we know, but still, we're going to throw it in because it's with HBO Max.
I don't think we mentioned that Harley Quinn has been picked up for a third season.
No shit.
Yes.
All right, we're good. In other words, just watch Peacemaker harder because fuck it, it's sports.
It's sports at Mar-a-Lago. Go team.
All right.
Okay, we're going to get the fuck out of here with this week. Just dropped. Go to slugmag.com or billfrost.tv and find the latest edition of Content Shifter. Last year, I did 13 80s horror movies to check out for Halloween. This time around, I delved into the 90s and found the 90s were not that great for horror movies. I did manage to find a couple here and there, like Highway to Hell. It's available on Prime Video with Christy Swanson and Chad Lowe. It's ridiculous. And,
oh dear! Why did you do that to yourself?
And one of my old favorites. I got a couple sequels here, like Wishmaster 2 and Witchboard 2.
Well, you did better than me here because I decided to watch Jeepers Creepers on at 1 and 2.
No, fuck that.
As far as I went.
Also dug up the 1996 what was probably meant to be a Dennis Miller breakout role, but it didn't go anywhere. Bordello of Blood.
God, yeah.
It's a Tales from the Crypt joint. Corey Feldman is in this. Angie Everhart. And, it's fucking terrible. But,
shit. Feldman was in that shit?
The what?
Corey Feldman was in Bordello of Blood?
Yes, he was.
Fuck, I should watch that.
Yeah, maybe you shouldn't. And also mentioned in here, one of my favorites from 1997, Tromeo and Juliet. It's a Lloyd Kaufman deal. But get this.
Yes.
The co-director and co-writer of Tromeo and Juliet, a sleazoid adaptation of Romeo and Juliet, narrated by Lemmy, of course.
Mm-hmm.
the co-writer and co-director of this 1997 epic was James Gunn.
Yes, that's how we circle around here, kid.
Yeah. So also threw in Embrace of the Vampire with Alyssa Milano.
Really?
It's also terrible, yeah. And find all that goodness at slugmag.com or billfrost.tv. And also, I watched another, this is kind of fold into Fuck the 90s, my movies. This is on Prime Video, part of the Cynthia Rothrock collection, which I think I think she must have cranked out at least a dozen movies in the 90s. She was a martial artist. And she was doing sort of the Chuck Norris thing where she can't really act, but she gets to kick ass in these movies, usually playing a cop. And there's this one,
like you do.
There's this one from 1997 again, called Night Vision. And the thing about this, the movie is fucking terrible. I mean, it looks like it was filmed over a weekend. there's no continuity in the plot. The effects are terrible. The acting's terrible. The story, it starts off with focusing on Fred Williamson, who's playing a motorcycle cop, and then all of a sudden there's this serial killer who likes to videotape his murders and send them to the local news. So it starts off as the story of Fred Williamson, who's kind of a washed-up cop who's an alcoholic, who's constantly, 1 inch away from losing his badge. About 20 minutes in, Cynthia Rothrock gets introduced, and now she's partnered up with him. But get this, Robert Forster is in this, a real actor.
No shit.
This is the same year he did Jackie Brown. I don't understand why he's in this movie.
No.
Maybe he needed...
That is awesome.
He needed beer money, I don't know. But also rounding out this stellar cast is Bushwick Bill of the Ghetto Boys.
Kidding me?
No.
Oh, repeat again. What is the title of this joy?
It is called Night Vision. It is
okay.
There's not to be confused with. There's another movie out there called Night Vision, and there's another one called Night Visions, plural. But this is the one from '97 with Cynthia Rothrock, and I've been slowly making my way through the entire Cynthia Rothrock collection by accident because they just keep popping on. I see the little thumbnail and go, okay, that looks terrible. I'm going to watch it. So there's that. There's your fuck the 90s recommendation.
Well, I see your fuck the 90s, and I raise you a fuck the 80s television edition on Prime Video.
Oh God.
Okay. I found. Oh, get ready for this. I found this the other day. Hammer House of Horrors.
Oh yeah.
From the 1980. This is according to Prime Video.
Yeah, it also runs on Pluto sometimes.
Oh, okay. So you're already aware of this.
I am aware of this. Yes.
Yeah, it's a British anthology series which was produced by England's leading exporter of horror films, told tales of haunted houses, demons, ghosts, and other supernatural wonders here. So if you're not familiar with the word hammer without the front words MC, first of all,
okay.
You're watching your Cheetos wrong.
Yeah.
Secondly, this is the house that Christopher Lee built. Fight me on this. I dare you.
All right.
I got it locked and loaded. I am going to spend at least a couple of days because, I don't have a job. A jorb. I am going to watch this at least 2 a day and give a report next time we talk.
All right, cool.
So that's my recommend. And what else are we going to recommend to our fine listeners?
That's all we got now. We're going to get the hell out of here. We're
done.
We've wasted enough of the people's time.
I don't know. I feel like I can waste a little more time with everybody else. I don't mind, but that means we will lose maybe one more of our dozen listeners. So that said,
we can't take that hit.
No, we can't. Literally.
So let's say goodnight, America.
But first, before we go, let's thank our fine sponsors, Sugar House Distillery and Ogden's Own Distillery, the fine purveyors of the Five Husbands vodka, the Madame Patarini gin, also the Porter's Fire and all its purveyors of liqueur, and the Underground. Let's not forget, and we should also mention Bohemian Brewery, which has provided the Frost family with pallets and pallets of beer. But we had to switch it up because of our good sponsor, Outlaw Distillery, out in Midvale. Go seek them out for all your bourbon, your rum, your coffee rum, and your honey, and the new level whiskey needs. And oh my God, this Imperial Stout whiskey is delish.
All right.
I think we reached that point now.
Okay. Now say goodnight, America.
Oh, well, let's jiggle that handle because it's time to flush.
There's only me and my